morning, everybody. It's time for another little video. Today we're going to talk about wholesaling real estate, which, when I first got into the business, I kind of thought that might be an option for me because I didn't really have the funds to, get it together in real estate, and I didn't really feel like I needed to be licensed, and I wanted to go forward and try to do some deals and use other people's money to make some quick cash and then figure out if real estate was for me. But I decided, to get licensed and go that way, and I ended up with a really great team. And as an agent, I've been very successful. So what I found out as a real estate agent and being an investor, where we do tons of flips, and all different strategies for investors of mine that want to flip and buy and hold and development deals and, new construction and all the different things that we've done, as well as regular residential and commercial real estate. What I've found out is, in my experiences, that wholesalers, they send me deals literally dozens of times every single day. And for the most part, I don't even look at them anymore, because every time that I've tried to do a deal with a wholesaler, they can't get access to the property. They can't actually get the deal done. I don't know where they even get the photos sometimes, because their deals are fictitious. And if they do have a deal, they're not honest with the person that is the owner of the home. So when you go and try to do a deal with them, and you go back and say, hey, you want X amount of dollars for this house, I really like it, here's where I need to be. One, they're not negotiable for the most part on their terms, because they've tacked their juice on top, which is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 sometimes. And if they can negotiate, and you can even possibly get it to the table, which is almost impossible 90% of the time, the seller is going to find out that the wholesaler tacked on $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to the deal, and that deal probably is not going to happen, or the seller's going to feel like they got taken advantage of, or they're going to feel very regretful that they ever signed a contract in the first place, or they're already pissed off because they signed a contract with that wholesaler and someone came along that actually would buy their house for a decent amount of money, and then the wholesaler holds them hostage with their wholesale contract that usually is equivalent to a roll of toilet paper. The way it's written, it's not even legally binding, but the wholesaler convinces that person that they have some equitable interest in the property, and that's how it ends. So in my experiences, when I deal with wholesalers, they package together deals that other people have sent to me a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks prior to. Now there's a new wholesaler marketing that deal, especially with the 10 packs and the 20 packs and the 100 packs. I mean, we don't even know if those are even real. I don't know if they're draw it out in crayon or whatever they do, and they come up with these lists from 3 people away from them that they got in an email, and then they're trying to put their stanky juice on there to get their piece. So in summary, I'm sure there are successful wholesalers out there, but I haven't met any of them so far. I've done a deal or two with wholesalers, and they've actually closed. It's been a disaster pretty much the whole time. Getting access to the property was literally impossible to do. And then you have a seller, that at the end feels like they got taken advantage of by their wholesale person, and they believe that the buyer is somehow involved in that too. And being a licensed agent, ethically, I'm not able to take advantage of people, which I wouldn't do, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it. But then sometimes you get lumped into the category with that wholesaler that you're just like they are. And so I've decided in my career that wholesaling is just not something that I'm willing to do, and it's not something I'm willing to even look at for myself to do a deal. I would rather just put out my own bandit signs and do my own mailing, which I do, and I'd rather field my own phone calls, and I'd rather just buy the property for myself for as much money as the wholesaler would say that it was worth, and not put any more money on the top, so I can actually get the house, fix it up, and flip it, and everybody's happy and everybody wins. And even as a real estate agent, you still have to be concerned about that, because, you know, if you're going into a situation with someone, what's the ethical way to do business by, you know, talking to someone about giving you an extreme discount on a property, and not trying to just list it and convert it to a listing where you can get the person more. There are certain situations, and those are the situations that I would, you know, tell the person, hey, you know, if you want to sell it on the market, you're going to get this, and your takeaway will be this, and, you know, it's really not that substantial. And if I buy it from you for cash and you don't pay any commissions or any kind of fees, you're going to actually make more. Those are pretty much the only times that I will reach out, or Dave Buys Property LLC, or Dave Buys Homes LLC, or, you know, GC Property Services, any of the people that I'm affiliated with. That's the only time that we will do a deal, is if it's more beneficial for them to just sell it to us for a cash price and get away from the fees and all that than it would be for them to list it and get a good amount of money and pay real estate commissions and walk away with a little bit more money in their pocket. So that's the only time that I will do wholesaling. I just wanted to share that with people so they understand where I'm at. I know there's a lot of people, you're out there watching those get rich quick videos, and you know, there's like Marco Rubel and Ron LeGrand, and, you know, I could name, you know, Grant Cardone and all these people that have these insane ideas about how you're going to do this and that. And to date, I have never ever convinced a person to allow me to assume their mortgage and pay it with it in their name. And I've had 100 opportunities to do that, and I have never been able to convince anyone to consider that at all, ever. So I know people are going out and paying $9,000, $15,000. I went to one, it was the people from that show, Flipping Vegas, and they wheeled out their, you know, buy people out of pre-foreclosure system. I went there, I had free tickets. I ended up buying their software because it was actually really good. Well, it was $5,000 for that software, and it works, and I use it, and it's good for title search too. But they were selling their program for like $20,000 with the software and the boot camp and all this stuff. And I know people that were in that course that really legitimately wanted to become real estate investors, and they put $15,000 on their credit cards. They took money out of their 401ks to do this, and not one person I know has done a single deal at all, even with mentors, at all, not once. So to go back to, you know, wholesaling and what I think about it, I won't buy houses from wholesalers. I don't do wholesaling, and I think that you should not do wholesaling either. I think that you should just find a private lender or hard money. I think you should put up your own bandit signs and do your own mailing, and seek out the opportunities and look for FISBOs on Zillow and Trulia, and make the conversation happen by calling or generating a phone call from a letter. Figure out how to market properly so people actually call you when you spend $1,000 to mail, because it's not cheap. Figure out the right letter to send, and figure out that, you know, your letters have to look a certain way for people to want to open them. And when you do that, if you get a lender in play and you have a title company that knows what the hell they're doing, you can make a lot of money in real estate without using your own money. But I don't think wholesaling is one of them. So that's my opinion, and opinions are like assholes, and they all stink, right? Everyone's got one. So take it from a guy that's done tons of deals and made a lot of money in real estate so far. Wholesaling is not the way to go, but hey, everyone's going to do what they got to do, and everyone's got their own road to hoe. So good luck to you, and we're signing off. DaveBuysProperty.com. Reach out if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, anything like that related to real estate development. I'm there for you. 313-451-0448. DaveBuysProperty@gmail.com. www.davebuysproperty.com. It's going down. Detroit Flip Kings.